Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, William Samoei Ruto wanted to import GMO in this country and force Kenyans to feed on GMO. And he was cleverly trying to use Uhuru Kenyatta's previous cabinet before they exit the office to lift the ban on GMO. But as he was doing so, Kenyans were complaining. People were not comfortable with the issue of GMO as the solution to the problem we have to do with the food security. So there was a ban on GMO importation to Kenya, which was imposed by the High Court in March 2023 following a petition by a coalition of civil society groups. Watu walienda kotini. Now, after that, Ruto had no any other route to bring GMO in this country. So on 23rd December 2022, the Attorney General, J.B. Muturi, moved to the Court of Appeal, and they was seeking orders that would lift a ban on importation and distribution of generically modified crops in this country. And after moving to the Court of Appeal, because now he was appealing on this case, Ruto government was arguing that the ban was unlawful and it had a negative impact on food security. Look at that. So the issue of bringing GMO was to cushion on food security in this country. Did they thought about the other health issues that comes in? Or their concern was only on the issue of food security? What about health of the people who are going to consume this food? And Muturi's argument in favor of GMO was that the importation of GMO could have helped to increase the crop yield, which could help to address the food security. So that means they bring the GMO seeds here, then you go and plant, you harvest quickly, they can resist drought, then you have food. As simple as that. The question is that as you bring in GMO seeds, what about our indigenous seeds? Tunaenda kupoteza mbegu zetu. Because as GMO comes in, then the issue of the soil, now it will be used to the GMO, you put another seed in a kata. And the Court of Appeal found no merit in the case which the Office of the Attorney General was arguing in favor of the state. Wanakataa, wanasema sasa hapa tumewasikiza, lakini we cannot find any merit in this case. So the court is arguing that the matter was of serious public interest and it was wrong for the government to make such grievous decision without considering the consequences raised by Kenyans. Because Kenyans were arguing, they were saying, no, hii mambo ya GMO, no one was giving even a proper way on how people are going to use this GMO in terms of even labeling GMO food so that it can be differentiated from the other foods. So today, President William Samoei Ruto has lost his case. The Court of Appeal has totally stopped him to bring the generically modified food in this country. That is the end of GMO. This one was in Court of Appeal. Kitebaki akitaka sasa aende wapi? Aende Supreme Court. Kama High Court imekataa, Court of Appeal imekataa, ataenda wapi? Na anatarajia uamuzi wa aina gani kando na the ruling that the Court of Appeal has rendered today? At least today, the Court of Appeal was also listening to the concern that Kenyans were making, and that's why they were able to raise it in their ruling. So today, this ruling has favored Kenyans. In as much there is hunger in this country, there was no one who was comfortable with GMO. But Ruto had so much determination to bring GMO in this food. And this explains the reason why you would see Ruto, the first thing he did was to remove subsidy. He withdrew. so that it was seen as Kenyans are suffering. The only way to solve this problem was to bring GMO. Lakini Wakenya si wajinga, wanajua kulikuwa na subsidy yenye alitoa. Now I want to force GMO as the only solution to the problem here. But people said, listen here, in as much as removing subsidy, we are not also comfortable with their GMO. Wachana na hiyo maneno. They refused. One thing this government is forgetting is that we have our 2010 constitution, a precious constitution that gave power to the people. Ruto think that he has that immense power, like what, he want to operate like Moi. Moi had a lot of power because power was at one center. But 2010 constitution came in and this power was shared. Kuna zile zilipewa kwa judiciary, kuna zile zilipewa kwa National Assembly, kuna zile zilipewa kwa executive, na kuna zile zilipewa wananchi. Public participation is so much important on matters that is going to touch on Kenyans. Where was public participation on GMO? They never collected views from Kenyans before they decided to bring in this dangerous food to this country. What Kenyans were asking was that, is this country equipped in their hospitals with the medicine and the staff and the equipment, tools, to deal with this disease that comes with GMO? Ukienda kula Amerikani, wako na hospitali ambazo ni za kisasa, zinashughulikia na kupambana na magonjwa yoyote ambayo inakuja kwa njia ya GMO na hayo mambo mengine yote. But look on our health facilities. They cannot handle such kind of diseases. Because even mambo ya cancer imeshinda tu hapa Kenya. Inafaa ikuwe ni free treatment. Because the citizens cannot afford. When you cannot afford such kind of treatment, kwa mfano kama wale huwa wanaugua kwa ugonjwa wa HIV/AIDS. Madawa zake ni expensive. Kwa sababu ziko expensive, the only way to afford the medicine is when the government is subsidized. So they buy it for you and they give it free. Anything that is expensive, it is made free. So that wananchi hawawezi suffer. So hiyo inalipiwa na ushuru wa wananchi. That's why it's affordable. Or if not, they look for other organization international who can help to sort out the problem. Sasa mahali penye kanza imefika, it is expensive to afford. Inafaa ikuwe bure. Lakini hospitali zetu, they cannot offer such services because the government is not giving money to manage such diseases. Alafu naenda GMO hapa. That means Ruto want to whip the whole generation just in a blink of an eye. Alafu tuanza kufanana na kule Europe na nchi zingine zenye that's the big problem. And again, you cannot even compare because already we have talked about our hospitals. So today, the ruling is in favor of Kenyans. But again, that is not enough. Because we have Azimio on one side and we have Kenya Kwanza at one side. Then we also have this non-government organization. They have to do analysis to check on the food that is on the shelves. Waende supermarket wachukue unga, waende duka ingine wachukue kama, then they do laboratory test to understand indeed if we don't have GMO food in this country. Ikipatikana, those who are in supply should be answerable. Kama wewe unauza hiyo unga, basi useme ulitoa wapi. Yule mwenye alikupea ashughulikiwe. Because we can keep quiet here, then we say the court has made a ruling, but yet on ground there, vile Moses kule alituambia kwamba GMO is coming here by force, it might have been already landed in this country. And now because the court has made a ruling, that is a crime to bring GMO here, which is against the ruling that has been made today. So watu wa Azimio wafanye utafiti wao. Wale watu wa non-government organization who have the capacity to do so, they can take food to those laboratories and do testing to understand what we are being fed on. Otherwise, tulisikia kulikuwa na meli ilikuwa kule Mombasa, mahindi kauko imekuja, imetoka shaka ni mahindi aina gani? Je, mama nini imekuja? So we have to know the truth. But the good news is that at least we have judges who still can stand on their ground and made a resounding ruling in favor of citizens, but not in the interest of one William Samoei Ruto, who want to deliver the promises he gave to the West. Watu wa US wanataka kuuza GMO hapa. Wanakuja wanasema GMO haina shida. Wanasema wanakula GMO na hakuna siku wanakula ya GMO. Sasa hiyo biashara yao ya kufanya mtu akuwe president, yalete GMO kwa wananchi imekataliwa. So Ruto look for another means to sort out the issue of high cost of living. Because even during campaign, there was nowhere I had William Ruto standing on a podium to tell Kenyans that he's going to bring GMO to solve the issue of high cost of living. He never said that. But then why is he bringing it here after he's now in the office? Yeye amekuwa kinyonga, kila saa anabadilisha rangi, nyeupe, nyeusi, nyekundu, na hiyo ndio kawaida yake. Sasa amechapa kiboko na Court of Appeal. May he look for another means to sort out the issue of high cost of living. If not, people should be on the street, demonstrate, aondolewe ofisini if he cannot sort out the problem. Thank you and see you in our next video.